Yo, what is up YouTube? This is SS9 here, and I get a really interesting deck for you guys to take a look at. This is my Pendulum Summon starter deck. Now, this deck, it's just like my Destiny Hero deck. It's not too serious, but it's really fun, and it's actually pretty good. Like, obviously, it's not gonna beat Fire Fist or anything like that, but it's really good. I think you guys will enjoy the living crap out of this. And yeah, let's just go ahead and take a look at this. Oh, hang on, let me take this off so we can get that out of the way. So, anyway, you want to run 3 Fire Dragonstars Shungai. Oh, yeah, that reminds me, I almost forgot. This is not just a Pendulum Summon thing. This is more like a Dragonstar build too, because I just wanted to test out the new Dragonstars. Earth Dragonstar Hykin. Light Dragonstar Rifun. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing these right, so yeah, sorry about that. Masked Chameleon, 3 of those. 2 Magician of Astromancy, and 2 Magician of Chronomancy. Sorry, I just woke up. And 3 Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragons, and 2 Cards. For your spell cards, the staples, which are triple MST, 1 Book of Moon, and 1 Dark Hole. That's all she wrote for the spell cards. And now for the trap cards, we have Mirror Force, 3 Fiendish Chain, 1 Solemn Warning, Bottomless Trap Hole, Compulse, Torrential. Those are your staples. And of course, you want to run 3 Call of Haunted and 3 Reckless Greeds. And for the extra deck, the Synchros, you want to have 1 Shining Dragonstar Shofuku. Sounds, or something like that. 1 Stardust Dragon, 1 Crimson Blader, 1 Scrap Dragon, 1 Jeweled Red Dragon Archfiend, 1 Reincarnation Dragon Samsara, 1 Armades Keeper of Boundaries, 1 Ally of Justice Catastar, 1 TG Hyper Librarian, and 1 Star Eater. And last, you want to run 1 Zen Mines, Cowboy, Silent Honor Arc, Big Eye, and Draco Sack. And that's pretty much it for the extra deck. Now for the side deck, you want to run Thunder King, 2 Max C, 2 Effect Veiler, 2 Xyz Encore, 2 Black Horn of Heaven, 2 Dust Tornado, 2 DNA Surgery, and 2 Imperial Iron Wall. And that's pretty much the deck, guys. This is a really awesome deck, I'm not gonna lie. For a just for fun deck, I'll go ahead and explain a few things. These Dragonstars, basically they all have the same effect, except for I think it's Rifun. Yeah, I believe so. Like, well, they all have the ability to allow you to grab a Dragonstar from your deck if it's destroyed by battle or card effects. So either way, you're pretty much good to just blow up your field with dragons. And these 2 have the ability to allow you to synchro summon on your opponent's turn during their main phase or battle phase, which is really awesome. So say you have, but you can only use Dragonstar monsters for the synchro summon. I just need to point that out so there's no confusion. But anyway, say that you have this bad boy on the field and this instant level 5 synchro summon. That's what you kind of want to focus on, is level 5 synchros in this deck with the Dragonstars, because you kind of can only do that. He's just here to give you better synchros. Like if you had oh, my bad, I didn't mean to grab that. Where'd he go? Oh. Yes. Sorry about that, guys. But anyway, if for some reason you have this on the field and this, that's an instant level 8 play. But you can also do that with Masked Chameleon. He's there because all your Dragonstars have no defense. He allows you to special summon a monster from your graveyard with no defense. So level 8 plays. I don't usually use Masked Chameleon's ability to get these guys. I'd always pick him because he's really good. And plus, I don't run Black Rose Dragon because I don't need room for everything else. But anyway, I think that's it for the tuners and monster run. No, wait. I forgot to explain Refian. Whenever he's destroyed, or whenever a Dragonstar is destroyed, you're allowed to special summon him from your graveyard, but if you do that, then when he's gone, he's banished. So, if he's destroyed, you can grab this, grab that, and if your opponent tries to attack you, Synchro Summon on their turn, which is really, really good. Okay, I think that's it for those. Now for the Pendulum monsters, I only run 2 of each because 3, I did test out 3. 3 was just, I didn't like it. Let's just put it that way, because I always drew into like 2 of these or 2 of these, and never drew into the other one, and it just slowed me down. So you want to run 2 of these. Basically, if these 2 are out in the field, then you get the 1 to 8 scale, which is ridiculous. And the Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon, I'm pretty sure that once Pendulum Summon becomes like a really big deal, this guy is gonna be in like every freaking deck, because whenever he's destroyed in your when is it? Oh no. When he's in your Pendulum Zone, I'm sorry. What he does is you can destroy him on your end phase, and you automatically get a Pendulum monster with 1,500 attack points or less into your hand. And whenever a Pendulum monster is destroyed, it goes on your extra deck face up. And if you get both of these out in the field, you can just Pendulum Summon Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon again, which is really awesome. Now the reason why I run Card D in this variant is because you really want to search for these Pendulum monsters, and get the Pendulum Summons off. Like, you really need these. So there is a lot of draw power in this deck. I run 3 MST, and well, these are staples. I don't have to explain these, and I don't have to explain the trap staples. So yeah. Now, as for these, like I said, for same thing for Card D, it's draw power, because you want to search for your Pendulum monsters. And Call, it's just to help the Dragonstars blow up even more. Like, say your opponent like negated your one of your Dragonstars with Solemn Warning for some reason, you can just set Call the Haunted. Whenever he attacks, bring it back, and if they can destroy it by battle, that's okay, because you get a Dragonstar. I always go for, like, if this guy gets destroyed, I always go for Refian, because he's really good, just because of that little effect in the graveyard. Now anyway, as for I hardly ever go into this thing, so that's why I only run 1 Shining Dragonstar Shofuku, because you can only use, what is it, Jinryu type monsters. I don't know what that means, but it's basically these, I guess. And I get the only way you can Synchro Summon with him is by getting these, I guess, or I guess you can use him or Mask Chameleon. No, wait. No, you can't use him because it has to be a generated type. I still don't even know what that is. So that's why I only run 1, and plus I'm trying to test him out. So if you want to replace him with any other level 8 Synchro monster, go for it. He's just there for playtesting. Stardust Dragon, Crimson, yeah, these are pretty much all just awesome staples, so I don't have to explain that. Now, you want to run level 5s in this deck, because there's going to be a lot of level 5 Synchro Summoning, because that's pretty much the most option that you're going to get is 5 and 8s, which is the reason why you only run 5 and 8s in this deck. Armades is just too good, like, or Armades, whatever you want to call them. If he attacks, your opponent can't activate anything in response, which is really, really cool. And also, Allied Justice Canister, can't be destroyed by battle if the monster's not a dark type. So if the monster's not a dark type, your opponent's screwed. Reincarnation Dragon Samsara is one of the new monsters coming out as well. His effect is like a monster reborn, and plus he's a 2600 defense wall. So you can just Synchro Summon him in defense mode, and if your opponent destroys it, you can special summon any monster from either player's graveyard. So he's like a monster reborn. I may run more of this guy, I'm not sure. And TG Hyper Librarian, like I said, you want draw power in this deck, and this guy is definitely the way to go. Because you do a lot of Synchro Summoning in this deck, and this guy will make sure that you get the cards you need whenever you Synchro Summon. He's actually the first guy I try to Synchro Summon into, because once I Synchro Summon into these, and I've had more Dragonstars in my hand, and I just go off really well. More cards. Star Eater, it's very rare that you do go in the Star Eater because you can use them for Mask Chameleon and Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. But whenever the only reason why I put him in that deck is because he's just too good not to run. You know, his summoning cannot be countered, and if he attacks, your opponent can't activate anything in response, just like Armades. Zen Mines is just there for backup. Like, this deck is supposed to be heavy Synchro Summon. It's basically like Black Wings. You know, you want to Synchro Summon as much as possible. But, you know, you can't always Synchro Summon. But when you can't, you can XE Summon. So, lineup Zen Mines is just a generic rank 3 XE's monster. And you don't have too many level 3s, so you don't want to really run more than just one Zen mains. Plus, I want to make room for these guys. With Cowboy, just a perfect finisher offer. I always have to run Cowboy. Silent Honor Arc is just too freaking awesome not to run in a deck because he takes a special summon monster. Really awesome. And these are just your generic rank 7 XE's monsters. And you also very rarely go into these as well because you usually don't want to XE's with him because whenever you detach the XE's material, he goes to the graveyard, not to the top of your extra deck. So, it's just personal preference. I just like these, and if you don't, then just put more Synchros in the deck or more XE's that might be useful. Side deck, Thunder King Rise, just the stand, your generic. And plus, you don't really add cards in your deck to your hand except for Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon, so it doesn't completely shut the deck down. Just be careful when you do play it, though. Maxie's just, your generic side deck card, so I always use that. Effect Veiler, I just didn't have enough room for anything else, and Effect Veiler is just too good, so I decided to put him in the deck. Xyz Encore, I freaking love Xyz Encore. Really, really good. 2 Black Horn of Heaven. I had like 4 extra spaces in this deck, and I decided to run this, and it actually comes in handy. It's really good. It's like a rundown Solemn Warning. Plus, you don't have to pay a life points, which is really awesome. Dust Tornadoes, this is mainly for Fire Fist because, once they activate Tinky and you Dust Tornado it, they can't, get the search off, which is really, really good. DNA Surgery is just to shut down decks like, well, I wouldn't say shut down, but slow down decks like Boojins and Fire Fists and whatever. And Imperial Iron Walls for anything that banishes. But the reason why I don't usually run my usual things is because the usual things in the side deck that I usually run would shut down this deck. Like Goes and Match, you run a bunch of attributes, so you're going to be screwed if you run that. And same thing for Rivalry the Warlords, and for Diffusion or Macrocosmos, it will shut this deck down because of the Dragonstars. Because they have to be sent to the graveyard to get their effect off, and if they're not sent to the graveyard, you are screwed. So that's the reason why I don't, run the usual side decking stuff. And that's pretty much the reason why it's not, too awesome, is because, the first duel you may blow up with all these Dragonstars and Synchro monsters, and you'll tick your opponent off, and then next duel they'll just be like, okay, I'll just add in all this stuff, and yeah, it's just a living nightmare. But that's pretty much the deck, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and please hit that like button below, because I need likes, I need viewers, I need you, and I also need advice. Like, if you have any advice that you want to give me on some decks profiles that I've made in the past, or if you want to see anything, just put it in the comment below and you will probably see it, because I need you guys. I need your help. Alright guys, thank you for watching and have an awesome weekend. Peace.